If the last leader ability is gone, I think we win. We have to watch out. There's a potential of Haunt still. I don't think Haunt's the popular way to play. Oh, that's really big. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so here's what happens. He's going to play Vi. If he's greedy and uses the leader charge on the Vi... Oh, if he's greedy and uses the Barghest to consume the Vi, we heat wave it for 34 or whatever it is. If he's not greedy and he's smart and he just goes for the Vi into leader, we'll have to pass here and go for that round 3 with heat wave gourd. And I think we're still in a really good spot there if he uses the leader charge, because he won't have any leader charges left. Then I think we're still good for round 3. But here, if he goes for the consume on the Vi, let's see what he does. He can be greedy or not greedy. Which one is it? He's greedy. Okay. I mean, I can't... It's a 34-point heat wave. I think we take this. Today we're playing this deck by King Honj. If you missed the other one, the last video, I told King Honj and Roz, who are the other 2 members of the Platinum Troll, although they don't make videos anymore, that if they beat me in a game, I'd make a video on their deck, because why not? And they did, so here's their decks. This is King Honj's. So take a quick look here. We have Scoia Commander and Simloss, and we're playing Rune Mage. So idea here is probably going to be, well, I know what it is because he told me. We have Rune Mage into the Runestone, and then with the rest of the game, we can get more choices out of our Bountiful Harvests, and also get choices out of our Sorceresses. So that is the idea. These get pretty good. We have a Herald Gourd. Scoia is going to thin our deck. Heatwave for control. Erendite. So Simloss is a really big tempo play. We can get ahead with that and then maybe get the Erendite pretty big. Lady of the Lake to tutor out either our Erendite or our Onomancy. We have the Ciaran. We have the Sorceresses. Very standard stuff. A couple Nature's Rebukes. He's told me he's played this with Glorious Hunt and removing the Lady of the Lake. He's also played it without the Nature's Rebukes. This is the version he sent me, so this is the version we're going to be going with. The double Megascopes and the Dried Matrons and a Squirrel, 1 Caress, and 1 Whisper. So this is the deck. It's pretty interesting. I'm not super convinced how games are going to win with this. Like it doesn't look terrible, but then again, who knows what we're going to go up against. Scoia Commander is really strong. I notice a distinct lack of bronze units here. We have a Witcher, Elf, and Dryad for our categories. So we can only get her to go off 3 times. Normally she goes off once on deploy, and you open with her, and then you can get her to go off 3 more times in a 10-card round. We can only get her to go off twice, and it's going to kind of limit what we can play from our hand, these categories, so we're going to have to be a little careful with that. Ciaran's Lock is decent here. I think it's a good choice to include. And then we'll see. Lady in the Lake into Erendite and Onomancy. We have a lot of provisions tied up in this Lady of the Lake, Onomancy, and Erendite here, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. We're going to have difficulty playing 3 rounds, I think. I think 2 rounds is where our strength is going to be here. We are playing Guerilla Tactics here. The movement on Guerilla Tactics is actually quite useful for keeping your Sorceress of Dolphathanas alive. Really good for that. And then you have movement for control. And let's just get into it and see how the deck does. Let's get into a game here. I think our issue is going to come from control decks, honestly. Double Cross Assimilate. Okay, there's the possibility of him making Rune Mage exists, and that would be terrible for us if he actually made a Rune Mage. So we're going to want him to not do that. We really definitely want to get tempo here for our Erendite round 1. Squirrel doesn't really give us that tempo. Simloss does. I think we won't risk the redraw here. Let's see what he goes for. Oh, it's going to be full Assimilate. Okay, well, moving forward, we can have some stuff to deal with this. He'll probably go next. Oh, he's leadering. This ruins our Erendite. Like, our Erendite's not going to get any points this round. That was, I mean, it's a good thing for us. He didn't get Simloss, but open into double Bountiful Harvest here. Okay, I'll take a Whisperer. And then, what's our second one going to be? We got 2 Whisperers. Oh, my goodness. We're just really skilled here, guys. We're really skilled. One of these probably dies, though. Let's see what he does here. If he puts the spying on our Simlos the Artaud, something like that. I'm trying to pronounce this thing. Artaud, something like that. If he gets the provision, yeah, so he can do that later and go into maybe 2 of his bronzes, like 2 of the Imperial Diplomacies. That would be not great, but Rune Mage here is going to be a ton of points. Go into another Runestone, and all of these Whisperers will be getting us a lot of value. Elven Scribe. We can't actually fully trigger the Elven Scribe. I want him to focus on dealing with that instead of our Whisperers. We can't actually do it, by the way, but it's not going to be like a guarantee. We don't have 3 specials in our hand. We need a Sorceress to go off to trigger that. Then we also have to play Erendite. Or we'd get a second Sorceress, which is ideal. There's his Rune Mage. He's going to get a lot of points here. Diplomacy. Curious what he makes with this. Okay. It's the Bomber. Let's see. We could remove... Yeah, we remove this if we spawn 2 more guys. These Whisperers are going to get a ton of points. It's really handy we got those early, but our Erendite's so small. It's still just a 1. Okay, so it's very unlikely his Pyrotechnician hits one of... Well, we have 3 cards we don't want the Pyrotechnician to hit, right? The Sorceresses and the Elven Scribe. Really just the Sorceresses are what I don't want him to hit. The ones that are active still. Of course he hit one. You know, why wouldn't he hit one? Let's throw this lady down now. I'll boost her up out of tourney joust range. He just played a lock. And just used the Pyrotechnician, so this should be pretty safe. Aguara. He gets to see all the gold cards in the game. Well, he gets to see some of them, and he gets a 6 damage removal card. Naturally. Let's go Cat Witcher. Nothing else really keeps us in here, but he's playing a lot of provisions, honestly. Aguara True Form's a 10. Rune Mage is a 10. He leadered. All we do is really play Simlos in our own Rune Mage. And Uma's Curse. He's using a lot of his big gold cards here. So either he's planning to shuffle these into his deck, or he's going down a lot of provisions. We haven't played Saskia yet. Of course, our Erendite's pretty weak. I think we might end up passing here. We'll see what he gets. He got a Drog. Wow. I mean, let's just Megascope. We can still kind of hang in here. And if we do have 2 of the Cat Witchers going in the next round, well, at the end of the round, we'll get their good adrenaline value, and we can move one of his guys if we want to. But here, I don't really think it's worth it. We might need those charges later. We're going to lose our Whisperer, probably, but that's not too bad. We don't have that many special cards left. The Cat Witcher is honestly more important to keep around. I don't think he's going to be able to get rid of that. Oh, never mind, he is just going to play Rebuke. Alright, well, now we're done with this round. But there's another high provision card from him gone. So he's down a lot of provisions. He's got Artaud left, and I think that's it. What else does he have that's high provision? Bribery. It's fairly high provision. Brothans, possibly. That's another one he might have still. But other than that, I don't think he has much left, and that's pretty good for us. Our Erendite will get a little bigger if he just straight up passes, which would be ideal here. We're going to want to not draw Lady of the Lake. Okay, he just passes. I think the Sorceress is more valuable to keep here. We have Dryad and Elf for Dryad, Elf, and Witcher for our Saskia Commander. That's pretty handy for round 3. Let's throw out the Hamadryad. So we can go Saskia into some good value. Let's be interesting. I think he's used up too many provisions. I think we have too many left. But it kind of depends. If we draw Lady of the Lake, it'll be bad. Okay, we didn't, so we're all set here. Let's put back you And there's Lady in the Lake, but unfortunately for us, we drew our last Dryad for Saskia. Oh, we had another one. I guess we didn't have to do that. Oh no, we put back the, what's it called? Yeah, we didn't have to do that. I thought we only had one Dryad in our deck still. Well, if he kills us, it'll be worth it. His Lady in the Lake at 3 is worth more than if we have a Dryad in our hand and Saskia can't play one. Oh, he's going to kill our Saskia, though. He can coup that. Coups a card he probably has. We'll put this in melee so it doesn't get hit. He can either kill our Saskia or stop us from getting this. We'll see what he picks. If he does kill the Saskia, we will have made a poor choice, though, in putting that Dryad Matron back. Yeah, he's going to kill it. Honestly, though, he doesn't have many provisions left. There's an Artorias Vigo. His Lady in the Lake's really not ideal to have here. We will create another Sorceress, I think. And then we'll go... Let's go Bountiful Harvest. And then we make... This guy's a 6. Yeah, let's play him. Kind of wish we didn't put that Dryad Matron back. Thought we already played one, but I guess we didn't. Oh, well, we all make mistakes. Heat Wave, we can Odomancy out if we need it, but I don't know what we'd use it on. Our Gord's going to get answered. There's the bribery, so we just don't want him getting a Rune Mage off this. I don't care as long as it's not Rune Mage. That's fine. He probably doesn't have 2 bronzes of a 2 of a bronze left anyway. Yeah, he just has the 1 Diplomacy. A Nilfgaard Trap. That may be the first Nilfgaard Trap I have ever seen. Because all the other cards create units, so the only way you can make a trap is... Yeah, I figured that was what the trap would be. Well, there's a chance that was that trap. We'll go with this. I don't know if I've seen a Nilfgaard Trap before. Let me know if you guys have. Another Imperial Diplomacy. Good thing he drew that one. So he goes into here. We can boost with Erendite. But then we could move our ranged person and then boost with Erendite. We could do that. Let's just move her though, because we'll get the boost off the Matron. This is probably more guaranteed. We'll throw this guy out here. Get a Harmony proc. Honestly, he's looking pretty good. He has Artaud left, and that's it. By the way, guys, if you do enjoy the videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Really appreciate that. Especially if you've been here before. If this isn't your first video, really appreciate that subscribe button. Alright, here we're going to go. We have the Matron, so we can go for the Caress for 6. And we'll boost this guy. We'll girl up, I guess. Let's just throw it on this Lady of the Lake for 5. No reason not to. We have some engine value here. We're up by actually quite a lot, and I don't know if he can do anything about it. Like, he probably has an Invocation. We haven't seen a coup. There's the Artaud, so he's going to play that. That's pretty good for him. But we can Erendite it. Our Erendite should actually be decent now. It's up to 9. It's not the best. It's not the worst. We'll remove this. Get a nice boost. We are still up by 22. So that is a good thing to see. We have engines going. We have Gord left. He does have last say, so Gord's basically a 0. He'll have Heat Wave or Invocation for it, I'm pretty sure. So if we just cancel a card from our hand and Gord, then we have one more card. And that still puts us in a good position. And that's a GG. GG. Alright, we did win our first game there with the King Honj's deck. That's pretty interesting. Did not play any warm-up games with this one. We just went right into it. Worth noting, there's no Alyssa for this deck, so it's not a quad Bountiful Harvest deck. We did draw both Bountiful Harvests, so let's just put those back. Don't really want those in our hand. We want to sim losses out of our deck. And we have to watch out here for the, what's it called? Coral. Because he can Coral and then discard with his leader. Or not the leader, with his stratagem. And then if he gets lucky, those 2 hits can kill our Saskia commander. So we want to avoid that if possible. Yeah, there's the Coral. Okay, he didn't use the order, so that's still a threat we have to deal with. I think we Rune Mage. Rune Mage is pretty good here. And I think we'll pick a monster or a Nilfgaard here. Not a Nilfgaard. This thing here. Battle Horse is pretty good to get. I think we could go for a Nilfgaard card and then get a lock, because Nilfgaard has 2 locks that could answer this as bronzes, and it also has Assassinate, which would have worked pretty well. But I think we'll just go for a Scoia Tael here, because it will probably synergize better with our deck. Unfortunately, we didn't really get anything that does. I think we'll just boost the leftmost card. Nah, let's go for this Brigade. Brigade's probably worth the most. Oh, we boosted the leftmost card anyway. The reason I really wanted to boost that Whisperer, because at 3, these leader charges and kills it, but it was a 4-point card. So I think it's probably worth it to go for this Brigade instead, but we did end up with the Whisperer moved. And the other nice thing about the Brigade is actually synergize with our leader. If we need more points, we can do that later on, potentially. He's going to decree out the Burna. Okay, so all of our units are going to die and have a nice tempo lead. And once again, Erendite will be very small. That's not super awesome. It's actually the opposite of super awesome, which is pretty bad. Although he had no discards, so he didn't get to discard Skirmisher or Morkvarg. That's actually really nice. So those are 3 dead cards in his deck, unless he Fukusha's back the Coral. I guess he gets Sinjigriff's right back the Coral too, but they shouldn't really do anything. And without those discards, I think it's pretty safe to just go into Saskia here. You might kill this lady though. We'll see. Cutting Slash would kill her. Leader Charge was 1 damage to kill her. He probably has that. Got the range ship maybe. His pirates will have a few armor points. Into the Melusine here. We're going to Heatwave the Melusine, but I'm not sure we do it yet. I think we need to develop our own points a little better first. So he gets value. I think we're going to go Whisperer. Maybe we go for our own second Sorceress. Let's go second Sorceress, and we'll see if we can't boost her. I think this is the best choice. We'll move you, see if we can't get in our Bountiful Harvest. Orb of Insight's just as good. Boost this lady up, and she'll be hard to kill now. You could Decoction plus Melusine, but I don't think you run Decoction in this deck. Cutting Slash is more likely. There's the Rain. And he has engine value. The Melusine's going. Could Heatwave now, but I think I value our own engines better. So let's go. Yeah, let's go with the Whisperer. Trigger this. Bountiful Harvest is a card we like to see. And another Sorceress. That's great. The really nice thing about the Rune Mage here is Bountiful Harvest with 5 choices is so much better than Bountiful Harvest with 3. And that is our key card here. We do get our Drive Matron out. And thankfully our Erendite is back to boosting. Although he does have that Melusine engine going. Okay, he's got a decent chance of killing us with the Rain. More likely than not it lives. But there's a chance it dies here. Not a small chance either. Okay, so we could Erendite to boost her. That wouldn't be too bad. Let's go. Do I care though? I think I want the Erendite for round 2, because round 2 we have a lot of tempo. We could do it. Could also Runestone and see if we get like a Tempering or something. Let's Runestone. No special cards here. That's kind of unlucky. That's actually really unlucky. No special cards. I think we want Chariot of these. The Witcher's not bad, but the Chariot gives us the ability to give armor out, which will help against the rain. Smuggler's carryover, but I think we want the value from the Chariot. If we go ranged, let's go melee, I think. I don't want to fill up the row with the Whisperers in it, if at all possible. We do have several special cards left. And we can Megascope another Sorceress, so that's 1. Erudite's 2. Rebuke's 3. And then we get another card out with Saskia, which is the Cat Witcher. There's the ship. Okay, it's got a lot of armor on it. Okay, we do lose our Whisperer. And with this extra armor here, we can block some stuff. Let's Megascope. Actually, we could Rebuke. No, it's got 2 armor on it. If you play Cat Witcher, we don't get it from Saskia. But I think we need the tempo here. As Rebuke doesn't have good targets. This is an engine, and it's a pretty good chance he just kills it anyway, right? It's hard to say here. We get 2 extra points this way from the Cat Witcher as opposed to getting the 4 the next turn. Could have played Rebuke, no Rebuke targets. Probably would have been better to hold on to that Cat Witcher. But our Dryad Matron is going to die. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I think our Dryad, like we said when you got the deck pro overview, he only has 3 different... We're going to Heatwave this Melusian, by the way. Doesn't get that carryover. Like I was saying here in the deck profile, we only have 3 unit categories for the Saskia Commander, the Dryad, the Elf, and the Witcher. So if that Dryad Matron dies, and the round goes to 10 cards, which I kind of thought it would, we can pull out a second Dryad Matron, even though we don't get the Witcher out. So I was thinking, I didn't say that out loud though. Can't say everything I'm thinking. It probably wasn't the smartest thought, but it was the thought we had. Okay, I think we go for a round 2 push here. He went for how many discards? He went for 2 Burna discards, a Coral discard. These decks don't tend to run Scald most of the time, so he still has 2 Tier 6 Skirmishers and a Morkvarg, which aren't great. And he will have to, so he'll have to Signifer's Right and or Fukusha, the discard cards. If we remove his Fukusha, I think our round 3 with Gorge is better than his. It's hard to say. He does have Terror of the Seas. Nah, Terror of the Seas is probably better. There's a Coral discard. See what he gets rid of. There's the Morkvarg coming back. So he has the option to Fukusha into Burna for 2 Skirmishers. What's that play for? 14, 18 with 4 rain damage. That's a... We take at least 1 turn, so it's a 20-point play. That would be really scary. So this has to be a Magic Compass deck. Otherwise, he wouldn't have this much discard, right? Yeah, this has to be Magic Compass deck. Otherwise, he decks himself out. Okay, so we're good then. Yeah, this is 100% Magic Compass deck. So we'll just keep pushing with the engines here. Because if he plays... He can't play Magic Compass this round. If he plays it, he loses the game instantly round 3 because he has 0 cards left. So we just push here. And this should be pretty effective. It kind of comes down to what he has left, though, right? We did lock that Croc, which is really handy. Erudite's okay-ish. But yeah, we just have to make sure he doesn't go for the Magic Compass. If he has Fukusha... If he has Fukusha and we force Fukusha out, he could Fukusha, Burna, then Magic Compass, but then he's still down a bunch of cards round 3. But he could go for the Magic Compass into Lippy, so that would be... Save him from, like, running out of cards. It's a very interesting situation we're in here, honestly. Let's move this for the extra points. And, yeah, so one of these is Magic Compass. Heart of Terror. Okay, it's better than hitting Gourd. Do we keep going? I think we do. He literally cannot play Magic Compass. It's an instant loss if he does. And doesn't pick Lippy. Well, he can't pick Lippy, right? He instantly loses if he plays Magic Compass. We get a bunch of points here. We're going to play this. He can't Fukusha back the Morkvarg here. And if he goes for Fukusha into Burna for the tempo, it's a Skirmisher. His last card has to be Magic Compass. And this is a GG. Yeah, GG. That's the weakness of Magic Compass decks. Game 3 going up against Syndicate. Okay, off the books. This is a pretty good deck. It's pretty standard for Syndicate now, at least in my games. And this should be a pretty good matchup. Let's put back this Bountiful Harvest. Do we want to keep Megascope? Not sure. We'll put back a Rebuke here. This doesn't look terrible. We don't want to draw another Bountiful Harvest. Let's open with Whisperer. Since we have Tactical Advantage, Whisperer is really strong, as we'll trigger at least twice with the Simloss next turn, and that'll give us a good value from her. Once she's at a 3, though, I'm pretty sure Syndicate has plenty of ways to kill her. Let's Ownermancy here. Actually go Rune Mage before we go into the Simloss here. It gives us less value immediately, well, the same value immediately from the Whisperer. Let's go with a Nilfgaard card here, try and find a locker damage. Oh, that was monsters. Well, I mean, I picked the runestone that looked black, but apparently, yeah, it looks pretty black to me. Guess we should have looked closer. That's awkward. It's kind of funny, but it's awkward. We'll go with Bruxa. She's not a bad card, but yeah, I thought that'd be the Nilfgaard one because it was black. Guess we should do more reading. Haven't played a lot of Rune Mage ourselves yet. Okay, so there's the 3 damage. I think we still go Simloss. We could hold on to Saskia Commander for the round 2 or 3. That should be pretty good. Bountiful Harvest here. Oh, Whisperer again. Hopefully this one lives a little longer. And Sorceress, very nice. This is really good from Rune Mage. He does give us a lot of value in these situations. Good old Rune Mage. It's almost like we're playing the old Bountiful Harvest, but not quite. 21 points is pretty big advantage. It's a pretty big advantage, especially when he doesn't have a big coin bank. He's going to use that for something. Are we getting Freak Showed, maybe? No, it's just going to be the Renegade. I'm not sure what the leader charge was for then. Yeah, I don't see a direct benefit with that leader charge. We can Erendite. Let's just move this to boost it, and we'll use its order. Play a Megascope. Get another one of these out eventually. Click this. Waylay could kill his coin generation. Yeah, that's probably worth it. It's 5 value, and he loses 1 coin a turn. Does trigger our Whisper. Yeah, this is definitely the good card here. Go Waylay. Hit this. Hit Deadeye. And we're up quite a bit, so I think he'll pass at some point here. And then just let us go to round 2. Then we go Saskia Commander round 2. Yep. Before we do this, though, there's one thing to note about the Saskia Commander here. Is if he goes all in with his coin bank and has the Bronze Dwarf, the one that got a fee added to it. What's it called? Bare Knuckle Brawler. The 4 provision one. So with its new fee, it has fee 1, damage the highest enemy by 1. If he uses all of his leader charges, he'll have enough coins to kill our Saskia Commander and whatever she plays. We do have to be mindful of that. But that being said, if he uses all of his coins like that, I think we're fine. Like, I don't think we mind. Because then he'll have trouble getting a bank for, like, Svala and stuff. Yeah, I think we can do that. Saskia Commander will probably be the choice here. If he goes with a Bare Knuckle Brawler and just uses all the coins, I don't mind too much. We could have gone for a leader charge here to stop that, but honestly, I think I want him to get rid of all his coins if he has them. I'd prefer that. And unless we use both leader charges, we'd be taking a 50-50 on the Saskia Commander dying anyway. I think we want to hold up those leader charges for something like Freak Show. We have a Rebuke for Freak Show, too. And Erendite. I think if he had a Bare Knuckle Brawler, you probably would have played it here. Okay, so it's just going to be the Freak Show. We can kill us with Nature's Rebuke. We don't get a point for Erendite on this. Well, we do get a point for Erendite because they'll be dead. Yeah, we just Rebuke this. Trying to think if there's anything else we would do. Like, we could CR and move it. I don't know what else we'd block. No, it's probably just Rebuke. We have an Elf still for our Saskia commander. So we don't want to play the Ciaran because we won't get the pull out of our deck. We'll go for the Nature's Rebuke here. It probably shouldn't have been that difficult of a choice. So we have no Dryads left in our deck for Saskia commander. We could kill that. We could Erendite it. We could move it. We do want the Elf coming out, but blocking that's a pretty big deal. So then he doesn't get any coins. I think without coin generation, we can force out the leader charges. We'll go Matron though. We'll try and get the Saskia commander full value. We can't quite though because we're missing. We have both Witchers in our hands. We can only pull out this one Elf. But there's a. If he has damage, he'll probably kill her, and then we can maybe pull out another Elf. Although we don't have one, I don't think. Yeah, we don't have another Elf, so that's all Saskia commander can do for us this round is get us that Sorceress and that first Matron. Little unfortunate. I think I would recommend adding another bronze category to the deck here. Maybe a Dwarf, maybe a Miner, maybe a Dwarf Mercenary would be handy here. We seem to be lacking categories. Okay, there's the Junior. He'll kill that off. So this coin generation. We don't have any elves left, so I think we can just CR in pretty safely here and move the Tax Collector, stop him getting coins. But it's pretty unfortunate we don't have any more things to pull out with our Saskia commander. Yeah, like I said, we don't have any left. We drew that second Witcher, which wasn't great. We're looking for Heatwave or something like that, though. Because being able to Heatwave his tall card that he spends coins on will be pretty valuable. So there's the Flying Redanian. Finally, let's just go into this Cat Witcher. He'll move ranged and get boosted here. And this way we don't hit a damage into the Flying Redanian. We're up by 10, but he's got 9 coins, so we're probably pretty even on points here. This is the turn he finds out Saskia commander can't play anything else, though. Okay, Mage. Oh, he's gonna Freak Show. Or Junior, I mean. He's gonna Junior that. Let's go Erendite. We'll kill the... do we kill this? I don't think we have to. Nah, let's just play the Cat Witcher again. I was thinking we kill the Junior because it's only Spender. But he probably has another Spender, and it's better to save the Erendite for that. Because as long as we kill a Spender here, we then have a Heat Wave for the second one. I guess he gets a second Spender. Some great in value for him. It's not too bad. It's back at 9 coins. No King of Beggars out yet. Should note that as well. So his tributes cost 1 less. We're going to play this obviously here. If his tributes cost 1 less, he's paid 4 for Greedon. And then 3 for that one Renegade Mage. Not the Renegade Mage, the other one. A Salamander person. It's pretty short then. He doesn't have enough. I think the Erendite is big enough to kill that Spender. We're going to play the Battle for Harvest here. And let's go. We can kill the... Yeah, we can kill Junior. Deny him that spending option here. And we'll get a point there. We'll move. Get some value. Then we Erendite this Sea Jackal, and he should... If he doesn't have another Spender, I think we win. He'll have to play his Vala if he has it. Pull his King of Beggar out. It's looking pretty good here. Even though Saskia commander can't place any units, we're getting enough value from our engines, and that Erendite taking out his, and he has no Spenders, and that's a GG. Last game here then. Let's find... Oh, let's find Overwhelming Hunger. Can we beat a Vi deck? It's going to be Vi. Can we beat it? I mean, our round 1's fine. I think we have enough engines to survive the round 1. The question is, do we have enough value for a round 3? Like, do we have enough value to go for a long round 3, or do we have to 2-round push? It's hard to say. We need to play Simlas quick before it gets Ehoraxed. No, we don't need to worry about that because he'll pull out our Saskia Commander, which will actually help us this round. So we're not going to play her with Onarmancy. If he's not playing Ehorax, it's even better because we can play it round 2. But I think we're going to... I don't think we have enough for long round 3 versus Vi. There's a Slizzard. Now, we could just kill the Slizzard. If we can kill all the consume cards, Vi has a problem. Unfortunately, we only have a Rebuke. So if he has another Slizzard, we get really punished for doing it. But if we don't kill it, he gets unlimited Vi consumes, and we'd have to Heat Wave this later. Then we can't Heat Wave something round 3. I think this is our only choice here. I think we have to do this. I don't think we have an option here. We need to stop him having a consume every turn. Barbagazi gives him 2 consumes. Let's go Rune Mage. This time we're going to pick Nilfgaard. And we're going to go for a lock card. Yeah, we'll go for Nilfgaard here and go for a lock. How do I keep clicking the wrong one? This is Skellige. Oh, this is honestly pretty funny at this point. I think we go for the... We have 2 Megascopes. We'll just make a Great Sword. But, yeah, wanted to pick Nilfgaard. Feel like I'm secretly colorblind or something here. If we got Nilfgaard, we had Assassinate and 2 lock cards. That would make this much, much easier. But we did not. We'll go for our Simlas here. Onarmancy, Simlas, where are you? Double Bountiful Harvests. And go into this. Whisperer is a nice engine card. The 1 damage pings would boost our Greatsword. Oh, do we go Double Whisperer? I think Double Whisperer clogs our Rose, because this round's going to be really long. So I think we go for 1 Whisperer and the Sentinel. Sentry, rather. I think this is what will be better for us this round. And we do the Megascopes. We can Megascope either the Sorceress, the Matron, since we have a Sentry, or the Sentry itself. We have a lot of movement synergies. He's going to Decree into Vi again, maybe? I was going for the Eworax here. This does pull out our Saskia Commander. We already have Elves out, so we don't want to pick that as our category. I mean, we don't want to play anything except that category, because then we can pull stuff out of our deck. So we'll go with this lady here. The next turn we'll pick Megascope and decide if it's going to be on the Sorceress or on the Great Sword. I'm kind of feeling the Great Sword. The Sorceress is really good though. It kind of depends. If he can't kill the Sorceress, maybe the Sorceress is better. Okay, so I think we use our last leader charge to get rid of that. Okay, we have several cards here. We'll go with the Rebuke. Rebuke, kill this. It's too much engine value to leave this alive, I think. He's shown that... Well, I don't think he has much more consume cards. And we'll go with the Megascope here. Or we can go with the Matron. Matron gets us value. But I want to see if we can hold off on the Matron until we get the Saskia Commander. So let's just go here. And Great Sword's a pretty good one here. I think the 10 points will be worth more than the Sorceress. With the Sorceress, right, the best card's Bountiful Harvest, but our rows are getting kind of full. So I think if we went for Bountiful Harvest, we might clog our rows too much. We don't want to do that. And then if it's not Bountiful Harvest, I think the Great Sword is going to be better. If we weren't going to clog our rows, we would definitely go for another Sorceress here. So we're going to pull out... We can't pull out Dryads anymore. Unfortunately, he drew us this Dryad Matron. That really helped him out quite a bit. Play this down here. We get that Great Sword spawning. Pull out Cat Witcher. And we have a lot of engine value here. We do have to... So we have to calculate here. Because there's a chance that he underestimates our points, right? Because he has Vi is what? A Vi is a 16 plus leader is 19. That puts him at 52. If he's at 52, we then move for 1 damage and get +1, and then we get +1, +1. So we're at 59 essentially right now. And he's at 52. If he leaders that at 7, so that puts him at 44 plus 19 is 63. We're at 59. So we can't pass. I'm trying to think if we find a spot where we can pass, and double leader does not get him out of it. Unfortunately, it's not here. We have to play another card. It's probably safest just play the matron, and this is enough engine value to get us the round. But we're really kind of lacking in value for round 2 and 3 now. We have all of our big engines going now. And again, there's no reason there's no way he can keep up. We're going to pass after this. The only way he keeps up here if he goes Vi this turn, Vi next turn, and leader charges both of them. But considering he has an Archospore out, I don't think he wants to do that. Because we get what? Yeah, we get a ton of points per turn here. So we'll pass. We really don't have much left, though. Like, for real, we don't have very many good cards left. We have Gourd, Heatwave as our round 3 finishers. And I think that's kind of it. I think we have to bleed here. I don't really want to, because our bleed's going to be pretty weak. But maybe we can bleed him out on even and force him to play the Vi. It kind of depends if he's playing Haunt or not, right? If he just opens a Haunt here, we're in a lot of trouble. Because then we don't have the round 3 Heatwave. We really need the round 3 Heatwave to answer the last play of his Vi, or like a really big consume card. So we can't play it this round. It's very important we do not play it this round. Yeah, our win condition here is the heavy bleed here into drawing. Well, we don't have to draw it. We're probably guaranteed. We're pretty much guaranteed to draw it. We are guaranteed to draw as long as we own our Mancy here. Our win condition is we keep Gourd, we keep Heatwave. Round 3, we Heatwave his consume card after consumes Vi, and then we play Gourd. That's our win condition. For that to work, though, we need to use up a leader charge here. At least one leader charge has to be gone here. And then we have Erendite to remove a consume card. I think this is doable, actually. There's the Vi. He will consume with a leader. Ooh, that's a really good sign. Kind of tells us he might not have a consume card. Let's go Cat Witcher here. And since I don't think he has a consume card, then we're just going to go for this. And we'll boost our Cat Witcher. If he played a consume card first, we'd be able to bomb it with that. And honestly, though, we have Rebuke and Erendite, so we can kill 2 more consume cards. And I highly doubt he has 3. Those are Banshee, so we rebuke this. Yeah, we rebuke this. Keep in mind we can't play that Heatwave. Even though it looks good here, we can't play it. Erendite's pretty big. Okay, we Erendite this. How big is it? It's an 8. It's okay. But removing the consume card is very key here. And we got that Adrenaline going. This Megascope's not going to be amazing because it's going to take a long time to go. 2 turns, and then we get 1 turn of value on our Cat Witcher. If we only have 1 turn, I don't want it to be on the Sorceress because I have to click her ability. Even if it's only 2 points from the Cat Witcher, I think that's better. So we're definitely not playing our Gourd here. Definitely not. We have to plan for this. We're playing for this round 3 win here. Honestly, we really want that last leader ability gone. If the last leader ability is gone, I think we win. We have to watch out. There's a potential of Haunt still. I don't think Haunt's the popular way to play. Oh, that's really big. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so here's what happens. He's going to play Vi. If he's greedy and uses the leader charge on the Vi... Oh, if he's greedy and uses the Barghest to consume the Vi, we Heatwave it for 34 or whatever it is. If he's not greedy and he's smart and he just goes for the Vi into leader, we'll have to pass here and go for that round 3 with Heatwave Gourd. And I think we're still in a really good spot there if he uses the leader charge, because he won't have any leader charges left. Then I think we're still good for round 3. But here, if he goes for the consume on the Vi, let's see what he does. He can be greedy or not greedy. Which one is it? He's greedy. Okay. I mean, I can't... It's a 34-point heat wave. I think we take this. He only has 1 leader charge and probably has 2 ways to play Vi. He can only play the Vi once. Like, he can either play 2 consumes and only play the Vi once, or play the Vi... Okay, that's not even a good spores. Yeah, the Vi's not big enough. Even if he plays Vi with leader charge, we win this. Alright, GG. Let's just let him play it out. And I'm actually surprised we managed to beat the Vi deck here. I'm not really sure how we just won every game with this deck. Maybe King Honj is just a deck building genius and I didn't know it. Some last thoughts on King Honj's deck here. Actually won all 4 games. I'm kind of surprised. I'll also point out that I should read these better and pick the ones we want. Where's the Nilfgaard one? This one. The Dazbug Runestone. This one. I picked this one instead. Again, a monster card. I also picked the Skellige one instead. That's pretty funny and pretty sad, but as far as the actual deck goes, Saskia Commander is obviously really strong. We have Simloss is good. The only thing, I think not my concerns. I know that King Honj has actually played a couple versions of the deck, and this just happens to be the one he sent me. I think Lady of the Lake may have done more harm than good. We have a lot of consistency already. Simloss thins by 2. Saskia Commander thins by up to 3, depending on what we get with this deck. And we have Ownermancy. I don't think we need the Lady of the Lake consistency. I think it just takes away provisions we could use somewhere else. So I would take her out. CRN's not bad, but he's not the best card. We could replace the Lady in the Lake with a different control card. Maybe a Vigo's Muzzle. And then we can remove CRN. Battle Harvests are good. Sorceresses are good. Runestone's fine with this. Rebukes were pretty decent. I know he's played without the Rebukes. Honestly, my biggest concerns, well, not biggest concerns, my biggest issues here are going to be in the bronze low provision cards. And usually this is not where the issues I find are. But I really would like another category of unit for Saskia. I think that's really what we're kind of missing here. The obvious choice that most people go with is the Dwarf Mercenary, because it comes out as a 7. You could run 1 of this, not 2. Or you can go with the Miner and maybe protect something. That wouldn't be too bad. But I think I'd put a Dwarf in here. Probably 1 Dwarf Mercenary would fit in here. The Dryad's Caress is really handy if you get locked. I really do like running multiple of a nature card. Well, multiple of different nature cards for Simloss, right? Because if we draw 1 Bountiful Harvest, we really don't want to play him, but sometimes you're forced to play him. So I'd like a second Caress in here, and then I'd put in this Miner guy. I don't think we need Squirrel. I think we take out the Lady in the Lake, and I think we bump CR into Vigo's Muzzle potentially. There's a couple other options here, but I think I like Vigo's Muzzle. You could also go Umra's Curse. With the Rune Mage, Umra's Curse wouldn't be a bad call. Kind of depends which one we want to go for. I think we'd go for the Vigo's Muzzle here. I think this is what I would do. So, we have an extra category from Dwarf Mercenary for the Saskia Commander. We have the Dried Matron, still Megascopes. We have 2 Caresses. Removing locks pretty good, especially against popular Nilfgaards, because you can remove locks on your sorceresses. The Whisperer you could change out if you want to. She's better created than she is played. Because if you play her, 3 damage is pretty easy to remove her. But if you're creating her with Bountiful Harvest, you're usually playing both of them in 1 turn. So I think we could also swap her out for something. Puzzle Box isn't a bad call. But I think we go Barification. I just really like Barification, and we have Megascopes. Verificationing the Megascopes is a pretty decent thing we can do here. So I think we do this change as well. And we just have to double check that we still have 10 categories. It's 10, right, for Saskia Commander? 10 primary categories. So we have Spell, that's 1, Dragon, Elf, Human, Dwarf, Nature, Alchemy, Witcher, Dryad. We only have 9. Okay, we took out a category somewhere. This is why we always check these things. We took out Ciaran. He was an elf. It wasn't him. We took out Lady in the Lake. It wasn't her. Because she's not a category. Did I just count wrong? Spell, dragon, elf, human, dwarf, nature, alchemy, witcher, dryad. I honestly don't know if the Harold Gord's Crown Splitters counts. I guess we can find out pretty easily. So he had spell, dragon, elf, human, dwarf, nature, alchemy, witcher, dryad, and beast. Yeah, he had a 10th one. The squirrel beast. That's what we took out. We took out the squirrel because it was a beast. So we actually do have to do it. Okay, I figured it out. We figured it out. So Lady in the Lake, we still take out. We still take out Ciaran. Go to 10. We put in the Vigo's Muzzle. We add in the dwarf. We just keep the squirrel for that last category. Keep the squirrel. I think we add the dwarf. We could also add the second Dryad's Caress here. We still take this out for verification, by the way. Oops, we took in Tempest. Tempest is not a card we want in here. So yeah, I think we go with this. This Caress could be... We could go second Caress instead of Dwarf Mercenary. Maybe we do that. We double Rebuke, though. I think I like this. So this is the version I'm going to use, I think, going forward. As far as what you can run, I should point out that you can quad Bountiful Harvest by shuffling in with Alyssa Henson. So if you want to run the Alyssa Henson version here, you probably can take out the provisions from Vigo's Muzzle. You probably don't need Vigo's Muzzle and Heatwave, but I like having the control option here. Vigo's Muzzle can really mess some decks up, so I like having that. So you can do this into the Heatwave. Also worth noting with Caress, you can purify the card you Vigo's Muzzle, which is very strong sometimes. So that's a fun thing we can do here. And this Dwarf Mercenary, you could either go with this Dwarf Mercenary as our category for the Seskia Commander, another bronze category you can pull out of your deck, or you can swap this out for Dryad's Caress. Both are probably good. And we have the verification obviously put on the Megascopes. You could swap this out if you don't think you're going to have it with Megascopes, but we have a lot of consistency in this deck, so I imagine they'll come out together. And I think this is what we'll go with. And like I was saying with Alyssa Henson, you can fit in here and here somewhere as well. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. A lot of fun with this deck. Thanks for King Honj for sending it to us. And before we go out of here, I will point out that we only have 12 units in here and swap this for a unit before I hit save. I was putting verification in here as an option. We could run the Double-Thon Sentry. We have a lot of movement synergy. And as far as elves pulling out of the deck, that's a pretty good one to pull out. So we'll throw her in there as that last card. Verification was an option you can go for, but you'd have to take out a special card somewhere else. Yeah, this is what we'll go with for this deck. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.